Have you ever wanted to go to TwitchCon and meet your favorite streamer and meet fellow fans, but you've never been able to go for whatever reason? Well, good news, you can now simulate the TwitchCon experience by playing Darktide. Darktide is a 4-player objective-based shooter. I've talked about this genre for 3 videos now back to back, and I'm desperately trying to find new ways to describe it. Oh, I didn't write this into the script. Like the video if you enjoy it. Set in the grimdark universe of Warhammer 40k, you are a reject in-game. I know that might hit a bit close to home for some players. You and your team must venture down into a hive city in order to destroy the dark powers that have taken hold there and restore order by any means necessary. And if you should die in glorious service to the God Emperor, well, that's okay. We'll just send someone else.
You get it.
I'm getting it.
That doesn't exactly fit entirely into it.
Bro, hey bro, you picked.
Now, I don't usually do this, but I'm actually going to make a little bit of a change to the script while recording this. This part of the video was going to be me explaining the lore of Warhammer 40k, at least the parts that related to the story of this game. I'm not going to do any of that. Instead, I'm just going to beam the knowledge directly into your brain so we can just move on to talk about the actual game. So prepare yourself. Darktide is set in the hive city of Tertium, located on the hive world known as Atoma Prime. In the depths of the hive, something is happening. Reports of disruption are rampant. Dark forces whisper into the minds of the unsuspecting. Disappearances are frequent, and efforts to ascertain the cause of this disruption has given us one answer. Tertium is caught in the grip of chaos. My brother in Christ, this is a demon incursion and we are going to die.
You will not subjugate me to your heresy, bitch. I mean, witch.
A heretic cult worshipping Nurgle have gained a foothold within the city. This disruption has reached the ears of Inquisitor Grendel of the Ordo Hereticus, who has sent agents in order to purge the city of chaos. To put it into simple terms, the stinky heretics have crashed the stinky train into the station, and that has created stinky zombies. Do you think the reason that all of Grendel's avatars are all bald is because the Imperium has lost the ability to put hair physics on their VTuber models? We play as the rejects, prisoners and undesirables who have been granted a second chance by the Inquisition. We are thrown into the meat grinder, and as a team of 4, we must hopefully loosen the tight grip the cult has on the city before we ourselves are killed. Guys, I know it was anti-Imperium propaganda, but I really enjoyed if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device. And that's really all the story to Darktide. Previously, you could play the missions in whatever order you want. However, alongside the Arbites DLC came the Battle of Tertium update, which overhauled the story by making you play through the missions in order, which revealed to us that the story is actually pretty good when presented in a coherent way. You're deployed into missions and have to fight your way in and out while completing objectives and fighting off a never-ending tide of enemies. It's intense, it's desperate.
The sex is the sex. Oh my god!
I felt like I needed to use every tool in my kit in order to make it through missions. You're forced to stick together with your teammates as being near them grants you buffs, depending on what you've picked in your character's skill tree. The combat is brutal. Enemies explode, bones break, blood splurts, and heads fly. When fighting a horde of enemies, it is truly a sight to behold.
I was lightning before the thunder.
During missions, you can find various pickups to help you along the way. For example, stims that improve various attributes, ammo pickups, as well as crates that provide healing and ammo to the entire team. You can also find these med stations which will fully heal you 4 times before being shut down.
Imagine if you need urgent medical attention, but you're the 5th person in line for the Medicare station.
So yeah, every character has a unique skill tree with 3 distinct branches showing that character's 3 distinct playstyles. Now, it was a bit hard for me to tell this because I main Psyker. This is not a skill tree. This is a skill eldritch abomination. I'm so mad at how simple the zealotry is in comparison. I'm just gonna sit here and continue inhaling my galaxy gas to cope. You can focus on one branch and become really good at a specific playstyle, whether that be crowd control, boss damage, melee damage, etc, etc. or you can mix and match. I found this to be the best option when build crafting because there are some abilities that are just objectively better than others. But ignoring that you can do that, 5 characters, 3 playstyles for each means that there's at least 15 different ways that you can play the game. Meaning that if you're bad at build crafting like me, then you can still have that. Now you may be wondering, why am I not showing the gameplay for the other classes? Well, that's because I fell in love with the Arbite class. The Arbite is the first class to be added post-launch into Darktide. The Adeptus Arbites are the police officers of the Imperium. Their mission is to enforce the Lex Imperialis and make sure that the Imperial tithe is paid. Don't replace the L in Lex with an S. Relax, liberal, it's called dark humor. The integration of the Arbites into the story of Darktide is thus. You summoned me.
You have failed me, Ivan. All this time and still Atoma is not secured.
Yo, Grendel, how about you go fuck yourself? How about you try stop a demon incursion using only escaped convicts and people from the local psych ward?
What do you mean? I gave you Frog. Frog have PhD. Anyway, the Ready or Not squad are offering their assistance. Their bloodlust needs to be satisfied.
Alright, these poxwalkers ain't paying tax, which means we're completely justified in killing them. This is the will of the IRS. This is the will of the IRS. They don't have the authority.
They speak for the IRS. They have the authority.
Do not fail me again.
Arbiters, but I barely know her. At launch, the Arbites were the most played class for 2 weeks after release. They're not rejects like the other classes. Their lives are held in slightly higher regard. Playing as the Arbites gave us a slight morale boost. The purpose of the rejects is to die. Our purpose is to collect taxes. Yeah, the weapons are pretty cool. The shotgun is awesome and reflects the blunt brutality of the Arbites. This weapon would vaporize a small Victorian child.
Oh my god. For what reason do Arbite shotguns have this much range?
In case the suspect is running, duh.
But you don't want to hear about Poverty Melter 9000. What you want to hear about is the dog. This upsets me. Bro, that dog is not alive. It's just a neck. My Arbite, who I named John my dog Arbites, and my dog Cupcake are here to punish all the Lex breakers in the daycare. The dog is the unique gimmick of the Arbite class, and yes, you can pet it. You can't control the dog, instead it controls itself, pouncing on enemies and killing them. You can get upgrades so that it prioritizes certain enemies over others and makes it do more damage to kill elites and specialists quicker. You can also mark enemies for it to kill, and you can further upgrade this so marked enemies take more damage, and you and your dog get buffs when marked enemies get killed. Also, the AI for the dog is pretty good.
My dog just killed itself.
Now, I think it's important to mention that you can get an upgrade that removes the dog, and in return gives you some pretty good buffs. But I don't care. I'm not getting rid of the dog. Simple as that. I don't care if this upgrade is the meta build. Meta this, meta that. Have you ever met a fucking woman before? You want to talk about meta? Shock Maul and the Suppression Shield with the Castigator stance ability, and you can solo Demon Host with that shit. When my bro skips leg day at the gym, I've got to hit him with a Lex Breaker. And for the final part of this video, I want to discuss the most important part of Darktide. That it's all for nothing. Despite our success in the missions and killing key figures in the cult, we are losing Atoma Prime. At best, we're holding them back, but we are certainly not winning. The heretics have begun using the aid of demons such as Beast of Nurgle, Chaos Spawn, Demon Hosts. At this point, this isn't a problem that's going to be solved by throwing convicts into a meat grinder. Even the better equipped and better trained Arbites aren't going to be enough to win this war. Our characters, despite all the success we've had, will die and be forgotten. At this point, this will require better equipped soldiers to fully expunge the traitors, if that's even possible at this point. It's likely that this demon incursion will reach the ears of another branch of the Inquisition, the Ordo Malleus, the Demon Hunters, and their militant wing, the Space Marines known as the Grey Knights. And if that happens, then it's over for us. The Grey Knights are not known for being nice to common people. They are known for killing those who learn of chaos and their existence. The corruption of chaos is so strong that simply witnessing a demon of chaos is enough to corrupt someone. That's why most citizens in the Imperium don't even know what chaos is. For this reason, in the eyes of the Imperium, it is better to kill the ordinary citizen who learns of chaos so that the corruption will not spread. Hence why the Grey Knights are known to kill soldiers in the Imperial Guard who witness chaos entities, because chaos is such a threat to the Imperium and the value of life is so low that it's not even a decision for the Inquisition, it's just something they have to do. So even if our characters aren't killed in combat, if it escalates to this point, then we'll probably be killed anyway. Unless an agent of the Inquisition favours us, there's a chance it might not even get that far. They might just destroy Atoma Prime or destroy the Hive City without evacuating loyal citizens, which the Inquisition has been known to do in the past. In short, the chances of a scenario where we win the Battle of Atoma and our characters come out alive is highly unlikely. God, this section was a bit dark and serious, wasn't it? And that's the end of the video. Yeah, so this video essentially was just a little bit of a gap filler. However, recent events in the games industry has made me consider swapping the schedule around, simply because games that I had planned to talk about at a later date have become more relevant now. It might be better for me to do those ones first, but we'll see. It depends on what I decide on after this video goes out and how I feel about it. But other than that, I know that most people click off during the outro, but if you are still here, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you again. Bye.